Hi, I'm Wilma. I work at Userlane since almost 4 years now, and I'm a senior manager for strategy and business operations here. And yeah, that's me. Joining Userlane as an intern, that was I think back in 2018, early in the year, where I thought if I'm going to do another internship in banking in Switzerland, so in Zurich, in consulting, I'm going to end up there for my entire life. So I was looking for something new, always challenging myself. And I was looking for new geography, new size of company maybe, so smaller, not a corporate, and also a new industry. And I studied business innovation, which has a technical component to it. So I thought best to get some experience maybe in a startup that does software outside of Switzerland. So this is then how I found Userlane through some of the usual suspects of job offer pages. And this is how I applied and got into here then. And I think the 3 months I spent here as an internship, I just fell in love with the company, but also the city. Munich is just super amazing. And we were just 15 people back then. I remember, okay, let it be 20. And it was super startup-y. So like all the cliches were met. We were cooking together, having beanbag chairs and everything. But also the mentality was super hands-on. And this is why then after the internship, I was so amazed with Userlane, with everything, that I decided to continue as a working student here throughout my entire master's. That was pretty cool that Userlane gave me the flexibility to also work aside and really adjust it to, okay, I have the exam period now, I can work less. I did it, I think, for almost 1.5 years then. That was also pretty cool. I learned a lot. And I think the best thing was that I could see the company evolving and to grow with the company. That was really cool because I was always there. Not 100%, but I think around like 30 or 40%. And I think then after finishing my studies, I joined Userlane for full time. So you see how Userlane kept amazing me for the past years. And since then, I'm full time. Actually, I wanted to travel a bit between my studies and joining full time. But my boss, Hartmut, told me that I can support him with fundraising. And that was such a cool opportunity. And I really liked that he asked me. So this is why I joined immediately. And therefore, I'm here working, I think, nearly 2 years full time now. Since then, every day was a new challenge, every day a new opportunity came up. And this is also like how I got to where I am now. So I think I got my first intern after half a year working at Userlane then, taking over bigger strategic projects, then also taking over more parts of the entire strategy process and some core business processes like operationally. Then we were extended that to more people, to more frequent interns. And now in the end, we're hiring a new team member full time to even extend the team further. And now I'm responsible for the entire strategy and all business operations. For me, one of the most amazing things is that you see the company grow and that you can grow with it. And this is something that gives you a big advantage over corporates. Because in corporates, I think a corporate doesn't have the potential to grow as fast and to grow as wide and big as a company has if you start it from scratch or like nearly from scratch or from the beginning. And this is something, the opportunity to grow when the company grows and to really appropriate some of that growth for your own career. This is what a corporate can't give you. You're there in a small team dedicated for this exact region or like to this exact region for this exact thing, for this exact, I don't know, I'll take the banking example, credit card for that region with that color, a bit exaggerating now. But yeah, this is something I really like, that you can grow with the company, you see the growth, you feel like a part of it and you get energized with that. I think that is the main thing that I would highlight right now at my point in time or where I am now. But also just looking back over the past years, I think it's a responsibility that you get. And the higher profile topics that you can take over in a smaller company and as a startup. And you also have more accountability, or you're more accountable for what you do, you own your impact. And this is what I really like, because people actually care about what you do and it matters to them, because if you don't deliver, they can't deliver. And you have a lot of responsibilities from day one. And if you don't deliver, not one person or maybe your boss has a problem because they have to cover it up, but the entire company, because you're an integral part, even though you're an intern or I don't know what position you may have. And this is something what I really like. You're hands-on, you have your own tasks, you have your own responsibilities, and they really count on you. And I think this is what really gives you also joy in work. I think the third point connected to that is, I want to say, room for personality and ideas. So if you want to do something and the company isn't that big and you know everybody from the beginning, you can do it. You pitch it, and if you convince them, that's okay. Then you can do it if it's nice. And you can also bring your own personality in because you can create it. And I think that's also something coming to the point before, what's different to corporates, what they can't give you in a corporate or not at that large scale. So I think there are a lot of processes, internal and also external stuff that I was able to co-develop not in the engineering sense, but with the company that people now see and work with every day. And this gives me a lot of joy. Yeah, I think this is pretty cool. And the last point is that I would highlight the learning curve that you have. It's basically a different nudge to the being able to develop and grow with the company. But over the past years, I learned so much, and you can't believe how much I learned basically about every topic that there is in a company. I've seen a lot of challenges, a lot of opportunities coming up, us fighting against competition about other stuff with a series of challenges that we all overcame. And I think this is what makes you learn way more, or enables you to learn way more than in a big company, because you have so much visibility and you know everybody in the company or what's going on. You talk to them, it's open. Maybe because we also have less common processes or standard processes, maybe less bureaucracy, less hierarchy or political things going on. And it's just the size thing, I think, and the culture thing that gives you that opportunity to learn more, flourish. For me, software currently is at the pulse of time. And being a young person, I think this is really important. Maybe it is even, let's say, ahead of the pulse of time, because it's software. I think for me, it's one of the most innovative industries right now, I'd say. And this is where currently everything is going on, where the most innovation happens. And this for me is really interesting. And in the end, this also attracts more money and more growth. And this is always a pleasure to work where companies are growing and where there's a lot of money, because it gives you a lot of opportunities. And I think for that, working in a software company or startup right now is super attractive for everybody, especially also for young people, because I don't know if I still count as digital native, but this is our advantage over maybe an executive that has been in place for 50 years. So this is maybe the new generation or the new now, which I really like. And the second point is that you can apply something that you learn in a software company to every other company, because technology is present in every other company, be it manufacturing, which is somewhat more traditional, maybe especially in Germany, whatever it might be, HR, whatsoever, you need technology. You need to know how the software market is working. And sooner or later, that will be a core part of every business. And this is why it's definitely not a mistake. If not, the biggest opportunity I think you'll give yourself if you decide for a career in a software company. That is the one side to it. I think the other side is what actually working there gives you. So I'm talking about like flexibility that you have, the people that you work with, because in software companies, I think most of them, they can do everything online. They can do everything remote. You're really flexible, coming all like from the center of your company, which is like the engineering department. And their development processes and some things are way more ahead than other processes, way more agile, way more flexible to your needs. And so basically, I can work whenever I want, wherever I want, with whoever I want. And this is something that gives me power, is maybe a word too big, but that gives me a lot of freedom to express or to be who I am, what I want to do, to develop. This is something I really enjoy. And at Userlane, I think we have people from all over the world, even though we're, I think, 150 15, 20 people. So 100 more than when I started. But we have people from all over the world in different time zones with different backgrounds, living basically their own lives how they want it. But we all then come together to this organization who lets us be, but we all find our perfect working mode, but share the same culture and everything. And this is something really cool, which I think is on a different level innovative compared to other companies. And this is the second thing, which I think that the second argument I want to say that I think that should convince you to work in software.